Welcome to this quick presentation on Digital Workhub. Why should you use Microsoft Teams? A common dilemma we face in the information age is what I will call D, E to F. We live in an era where information overload is the norm, and collaborating as a team is quite difficult because work can happen in different locations, span multiple time zones while using virtual environments. What does D, E, and F stand for? D are distractions from our day-to-day work. We work on multiple tasks and switch between applications and software that reduces our job effectiveness. In part, we manage our work using email and try a zero inbox approach to finish tasks we need to complete. Typically, we fail such attempts when we get paralyzed after we've received too many messages that overwhelms our attention. Thus, our biggest challenge is how to become effective in the work environment and how we can go from distraction into focus. In previous decades, we've had plenty of disadvantages doing collaboration in file share environments, whether preventing accidental overwrite, working on different copies of documents, and lock files for concurrent editing. SharePoint has made great strides into overcoming these roadblocks through versioning, changing our behavior into no longer attaching files into emails, and allowing co-authoring of documents. A key drawback is we must still switch between applications to either capture information and key decisions after we've discussed things via phone, conferences, Skype chats, or email. How many times have you had situations where you tried to find an email message or try to remember what has been agreed during meetings? How many times have you sat in work meetings that consumed most of your day? How many times have you been copied into emails where you may not directly be involved about the topic for discussion? Don't get me wrong, in-person conversations are still valuable in building work relationships rather than purely exchanging emails or chat messages. This is where a software like Microsoft Teams fills the gap to address such issues and provide a digital workspace where virtual teams can work together, work on any device, and work anywhere. Microsoft Teams promotes self-service ownership with minimal IT intervention to set up and manage such environment. It brings together files stored in SharePoint or OneDrive, reduces email traffic in Outlook and Exchange, and provides an integrated chat or capturing meetings previously done in Skype. I shall give you a brief overview on the key concepts so that we can go from distraction into focus in our workplace. My goal is not to conduct a product demo, but rather present ideas on how we can use technology to tackle digital transformation. This way, we can go about doing our core business and deliver products and services more effectively. A couple of key concepts in Microsoft Teams to help us achieve focus in our daily work are the following. Teams and channels is the heart of Microsoft Teams. This is the architecture that you'll use to create workspaces so that you can define members who need to participate within your functional group, department, project, or initiatives. Channel, like TV channels, are separate locations where you can target content, files, or conversations. Concept is an evolution of a subsite or library in SharePoint or an entire folder in file servers. You can check my Twitter post on when you should create a team or channel. Group memberships is a security mechanism in Office 365. Majority of the workspaces that you'll create are private teams, even though org-wide teams now support 2,500 users. Why? There are different avenues on what Microsoft designates as outer loop to target enterprise-wide communication. Lastly, notifications allows us to focus on doing our day job and providing just-in-time alerts to bring something to our attention. Meetings can also become effective when you can catch up anything missed through automated transcription. Microsoft Teams also uses the following mechanisms to keep focus on the work at hand. At mentions allow team members to push information to an individual or group of team members. Rarely should we be using at mention for channels or entire teams, since this is like being copied in emails. Following a channel is the preferred method so that individuals check specific topics of interest at their own pace and pull information within Microsoft Teams. Feeds, or adding a channel as favorite, allow individuals to quickly see whether an activity happened between teams. Mentions and follow channels like social media features are intended to reduce email overload and use messaging more effectively for targeted communications. Lastly, tabs allow team members to highlight specific files, websites, or apps that the group needs to use on a regular basis. Planner or Trello allow us to organize tasks that needs to be accomplished within a project or for support purposes. The scheduling board allows team members to visualize which specific tasks are being worked on or have already been completed. In summary, our end goal, regardless of technology we use, should be as follows: better team engagement or participation, better sharing capabilities by capturing conversation and items we need to collaborate, reduce emails and spend time more effectively in meetings, reduce context switching in a Microsoft Office app or another web browser, and replicate this formula with other teams or initiatives. You can follow my Twitter account at FredYano and check hashtag FredO365tips for Microsoft Teams related tips. You can also check the video about Office 365 Suite that I posted in YouTube and refer to my blog post at fyano.wordpress.com. Thank you.